Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I have a very new friend. This is Julia.
Hello!
She has a YouTube channel as well. Do you want to tell them what you do on your channel?
Yeah, my channel is just called Julia Robertson, and I do short films and travel vlogs, and I just got off a year of being abroad doing ministry, so I am trying new things, like coming to VidCon and meeting new people.
Yeah, it's our first year at VidCon. This is my second, but today we kind of just wanted to talk about why we are on YouTube, what we decided to do on our channels, and just why we love being creators in general.
Yeah.
And being at VidCon was very inspiring, and we're still here. It's day 3, but we've learned so much over the past few days, and we kind of just wanted to talk about our views on how we balance doing a hobby like this that's pretty time-consuming, I think.
I don't call it a hobby.
Yeah.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
I correct people when they call it a hobby.
Really?
No, it's not.
See, it's a little bit different for me because I think since I'm still in school and I have a job still that I work part-time and I live at home, I still consider it a hobby for me, but it's like an enhanced hobby.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot more than what people think it is, but I still consider it a hobby for me. I don't know why. But why do you think of it? Why do you think of it? Or how do you think of it as more of a hobby?
Well, I'm all about how words affect perspective. So I'm like, because a hobby is just like a silly thing that you don't take seriously, but it's a big part of my life. It's a big part of my ministry and how I share, my faith with people, and I take it way more seriously than I do, like dance. Dance would be a hobby.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, I still think of it as a hobby for me just because I love doing it, and I wouldn't consider myself a full-time YouTube creator, I think.
Yeah.
But coming to things like this inspires me to do more. You know what I mean?
So we have the creator track, so when you buy a ticket at VidCon, you can get the community pass, or you can just like talk, you can get like autographs, and you can meet everyone. And then if you get this one, you can get more educated. You have access to this other floor, and you can go to things about analytics and growing your audience and things like that. So there's more of a networking aspect and more of an education.
So we've attended a ton of panels and networked a lot with a lot of different people and just met a bunch of different creators that are just here to learn the same exact things that we want to learn about. But I think everyone's story is different, is what I noticed from meeting different people at VidCon, is that everyone is on YouTube for a different reason, but then we also come together at VidCon because we enjoy the same thing, or we're passionate about the same thing. So what kind of keeps you motivated to keep posting and stuff?
Yeah, I probably just the comments that I get and the emails and the Instagram direct messages. That's a new thing for me that I've been getting. Like, just I see how my videos affect people. Yeah. And why would you stop doing that? Yeah, me sharing my journey and the things that I'm doing, like, it's changing some people's lives, and they're telling me. And that's how I know. And it's cool to see how you put content out there and what happens with it and who sees it, and the reach and the possibility is it's outrageous. So that's incredible, and I've always loved creating things, and I've always loved cameras and editing. So it's been a really cool outlet. And it's not something that I'm interested in stopping. Or downmoding to a hobby.
I don't know what other term to use besides hobby. That's the thing, because I have so many other things that I balance every day, but still use it as something that I'm very passionate about, I guess. But like, I just do it because I just love it, and it's just something I think it's like kind of like a stress reliever kind of thing. And I love just sitting down with my computer and editing and going back and just looking at my videos from the past. It's super cool, and to show people. And then I think, would you consider yourself a small YouTuber then? Yeah, for sure. But one thing that my biggest takeaway from the conference so far was that I kind of went into it with this mindset of, my channel's small, so there's not a lot I can do. I can't really pitch myself for things I can't do a lot. But then I've been realizing maybe that used to be true, but now it's not. There is a lot that I can do. And thinking back on my channel and like the people that are watching, I do have a lot of influence with them. And I see a lot of engagement, and they have a lot of trust with me. So even though the channel is small, like, it is successful. Yeah, that's kind of how I am too. I think, like, being consistent is, like, what I'm struggling with a little bit. But, like, I still have those viewers that will come back and comment on everything. And they're like, oh, my gosh, I'm so excited. Like, I didn't even watch the video yet, but I liked it already. And it just, like, it's
that's
like, oh,
success.
I'm making happy
that
you're happy.
Really likes what you're doing.
Yeah, even though it's,
matters.
We're considered small YouTubers, I think there was a lot to take away from all the panels that we attended and learning about everything. That's why I think it's nice to be a small YouTuber, because we can connect more one-on-one and then having this huge fan base, which is great and all, but I mean, I think it's great to be able to connect one-on-one and still influence people in their lives and still have an effect on them, even though it's only one person versus 1,000 people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can reply to all my comments. I got a comment maybe like 6 months ago, actually it was a message, this direct message. This man said to me, you know, I noticed that you aren't really replying to your comments, and I think that that's rude. And like, he wasn't trying to be mean, but he was trying to give me feedback and say like, hey, you should be responding, like that's how you're gonna grow. And I was like, you're right. So now I reply to almost all of them.
I reply to all of mine too.
I try, some videos get out of hand, but I reply to at least the ones in the beginning. And the same people comment, and I know who they are, and I know their names, and we have these relationships. And I was talking to my boss on the phone the other day, and he said, yeah, I was looking through your comment section, and these people like really like you, and they really want to meet you. Is that weird?
I love it when people comment.
Like, no, it's like we have a relationship.
Yeah. What do you think is so different between being a small YouTuber and having a really big like subscriber base? Like, why do you think there's such a difference when we all pretty much do the same thing?
I think that there's a lot of shame with the numbers. Like, if your numbers aren't big enough, I think there's this tendency to feel insecure and to feel shame, like you're not worthy of certain things. Yeah. And that's why and that can come both ways. That can be projected on you, and that can be projected within yourself. So I think it's that is creating the dissonance. I was noticing from just this past week, like being at VidCon, that there's a lot of people, like a lot of smaller YouTubers will talk negatively about not having as many numbers as some of the bigger YouTubers. Like, oh, why don't we get to do that? Because we do the same thing, our content's better. But it's like, there's just a weird disconnect in between. And I was kind of just listening to other people talk about it and wasn't sure, like, everyone else's opinion on it. But it was a little bit weird to hear someone talk about that, you know what I mean? And like, just not having that connection, like, oh, I can't talk to this person because they have more numbers than me. Or I can't work with this person because they have more numbers than me. But it's like, who cares, honestly? And I was actually in a panel today, and it was about creating a lifestyle channel. And it was really cool because it was a Q&A at the end. Blair Fowler was in this panel, and this girl asked why bigger YouTubers never collaborate as much with people that aren't in their friend group. And then Blair Fowler says, well, no one's ever asked before. And so the girl in the audience says, well, I've always wanted to collab with someone because I'm really inspired by you and stuff like that. And Blair comes down and gives her business card, and they're gonna collaborate. Cute. Isn't that insane? And I was just sitting there like, oh my god, this is unreal. Like, this girl is a small YouTuber, and she's about to collaborate with one of the biggest, like, original YouTubers. And I thought that was the coolest thing. That's
so
awesome.
There's nice people, like, nice YouTubers like that are willing to do stuff like that. You just have to ask. But it was just so weird because I was so opposite. Because I saw that happened after I had heard other people, like, kind of talking down on the idea. And then that happened, like, one of the biggest YouTubers is going to collaborate with a smaller YouTuber, and I thought it was super cute.
That brings up two things that I'm all about. One, asking for things you want. Like, even, like, at these conventions where there's, like, people come in and they just stand in the back because they don't think they should ask for a seat, but there's all these seats, and you just have to go get what you want. Wait, there's actually a seat. That's a little example, but I'm all about, if you want something, you should ask for it. And two, you should take yourself seriously. Like, we joke, like, oh... Carla's sitting behind the camera. It's like, oh, we say, like, oh, you're what would Carla say? Like, joking around that it's outrageous that someone would know who she is.
But it's funny, though, because when we do that,
like, like,
we all joke around like that, because we were doing that yesterday, and then all these girls would turn around and be like, what? Who is that? And then we'd have our business cards.
Like, we're kidding, but, like, actually, that's not, I don't think that's funny, because, like,
we're promoting each other.
We should take each other seriously, and we should take ourselves seriously. Like, we
like
really this a lot. It's not like a joke.
Preach.
No. I just thought that was really cool to like kind of end, because that was today, so it's kind of like ending off VidCon with something so positive, and it kind of like lightened up the mood in the room, because I was like, oh my gosh, like this girl has millions of subscribers. She said this is her 9th summer on YouTube. And she said, well, no one's ever asked me before. And I'm like waiting to see what the girl would say. And the girl asked, and she's like, yeah, I'd love to. We can collaborate and make a video and film. And I was like, no way. That's insane. But I just thought that was really cool.
It's going to start a revolution.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was so amazed and like lost at words. I couldn't believe it, because it's like, you're Blair Fowler and you're going to do that with a girl that just asked. And all she had to do was ask.
Good for that girl.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm excited to see her video.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much everything that we're going to be talking about today. VidCon has been an amazing experience, and we've learned so much the past few days. I definitely have a lot of stuff to take home, and I'm going to be looking more into my channel a little bit. Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you, Julia, for being on my channel. If you want to see a video that we filmed on her channel, you can check that out. I'll have it all linked in the down bar below. But
it involves my face and why it looks like this.
So then she looks gorgeous. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.
Bye.
Bye.